Hello, I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Wednesday, the 4th of October 2023. I hope you're doing well. I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I give one-question readings in there. Now, you can book in for those on my website, BeHealing.com, at any time. There's a link in the description box below, and also one up there too. Any pre-booked readings I'll do right at the start of the next live show, and then send you the link to the replay, so you don't need to come live if you can't make it or if you don't want to, and still get your reading. Alternatively, you can come live. Find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. You can click on set reminder or notify me or something like that, and come along live and book while I'm live too. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there too. Get those out within 48 hours if you're ordering them. There's various different types of readings to book in for. Now, there's 2 ways of winning a private reading with me every single month. I do 2 draws. First way is by being a subscriber to my channel, clicking like on this video and leaving a comment. You can enter as many times as you like by doing the same thing on different videos on my channel. The other way is by checking out my pick a card reads, and if you purchase one of the deeper dive reads, those extended readings, then that'll enter you into another draw as well. So good luck with winning those. So what's in the energies for everybody today? Cards are slow to come out. There we go. Got one at last. What's in the energies for everybody today? Grace. Going with the flow. Being graceful as well. Being graceful is like accepting where we're at the moment. Accepting what's going on at the moment. What's not going on at the moment. Going with the flow. Not expecting too much of ourselves or of the universe. Or of the flow too. Just flowing with it. It's also about having patience as well, I just heard. We've got purification. There could be things to let go of. Purify, letting go of things in our life, like perhaps raising our vibrations up by letting go of things, by cleaning up our act, it could just be a way that we're thinking, you know, purifying our thoughts. Explore and dive, exploring our options to go deeper into something. Now, this could be about a relationship as well, or a deeper experience of life, going deeper into things. I don't know. Let's see what the tarot has to say of the energies today. We've got the Lovers. Could be talking about relationships today. We've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about firm foundations, setting up firm foundations for something. When we're talking about relationships, that's usually friendship first, isn't it? It's taking things slowly. It's getting to know someone before we make any hasty decisions, or we really get our hearts involved or our lives involved, you know, before we commit or take things to the next level. Firm foundations are about that. Firm foundations for, like, I don't know, career could be about learning something first, or, yeah, kind of being where you're at and then taking it to the next level rather than trying to make any huge leaps. It could be about that too. We've got the Ace of Wands, so a particularly passionate new start about something. Could be talking relationships here. This could be like major attraction to someone, but it could just be about like making a decision for a new career, or to follow your heart and do something that you're really passionate about now. You could be making a change in your life of, like, you know, stopping doing what you're doing or turning more towards something that you'd be really loving to do instead. Something that sets you alight, something that really inspires you, something that fires you up. You could be having ideas about that. You see how the third eye is set on fire here. Something could be exciting you, lighting you up today. And we've got the Moon. You might not know how to get there. There could be things yet to be revealed for your path there, but something could be really inspiring you today, I think. So tell us more. What's this Lovers doing here? Why have we got the Lovers card? And it's out first as well, so this could be very much perhaps thinking, oh no, oh no. This could be like something thinking about relationships. Well, it's not looking good, is it? We've got the Nine of Voices and the Five of Voices. They're not good cards at all. The Nine of Voices is about anxiety. It's about overthinking things. It's about sleepless nights. It's about worry and all of that kind of thing. Five of Voices is about conflict, especially internal conflict. So yeah, there could be conflict coming up in relationships today, but this could just be internal conflict about you with regards to relationships. This could be like you thinking like, well, there's no decent people out there for me. There's no, nobody for me, nobody that is on the same page as me. You know, everyone's a mess, or they haven't healed themselves. You could just be like focused on the wrong kind of person for you, and not believing that there's anyone out there that is aligned what you'd really want. Now, there's an element here to be where you're at the moment. Grace, you know, if you're being graceful about it, we're not having that negative focus. If we're being graceful about things, what was that? Purification. We need to let go of that. We need to be stopping focusing on who we don't want and the aspects about those. We need to get focused on the kind of relationship that we do want, and then, you know, put ourselves in the places to meet that kind of a person instead. We've got this confirmation bias as humans, which means whatever we're focused on, whatever we believe in and we focus on, is what we're going to see out there. It's what we're, you know, it's like if you're focused on problems, you're only going to see the problems. We all know people like that are focused more on the problems. They complain about everything. And just like the worst seems to happen to them, they don't even notice the joyful things or the things that are working out. That's why we got the grace card here. It's like, be graceful about it. Go with the flow. Yes, there's positive and negative. There's things that you like in the world. There's things that you don't like in the world. It's not your job to focus on the things that you don't like and try and get rid of those. Choose what you do like instead and get focused on that. So it could be a particularly negative day when it comes to relationships, and it doesn't just have to be about lovers relationship. This could be like, you're like, I don't like my customers, I don't like the people I'm working with, I don't like, you know, they're stressing me out, I don't like my relationships with my friendships and all of that kind of thing. So there's a bit of turmoil going on today. But if that is your experience, then it's time to get focused on what you do want. And then you'll start noticing more of what you do want. There's transformation. There's something needs to change here. So if you're not experiencing what you like, whether it's in work, in relationships, whatever it's in, why would you keep on choosing it? Stop choosing it then. Start choosing what you would like instead. But before you can choose what you like, you need to even be open to seeing that it's there. And so you need to reframe it in your mind. Start fantasizing, thinking about the people that you do like, the work that you do like, and all of that kind of thing. And then you'll start to actually see that in the world, see the possibilities of that in the world, and see where it's at. Four of Wands, because we've got solid foundations that are needing to be made here. Tower. Things are falling apart. So purification. Things need to fall apart before things can be built up. When we're talking about foundations, say for a house, you need to clear out, you know, you need to knock the old house down. It all needs to be brought back to rubble before those foundations can be set. You can't build on top of something that's got shaky foundations, right? So something needs to fall apart. There needs to be some purification. You need to let go of something first before you can build those solid foundations. There needs to be a plan. Three of materials, and it starts in the mind. It could be putting your head together with other people kind of thing, getting on the same page with other people, but it could also be a plan. The Empress is about divine feminine energy, the queen of all queens. So it's when you've mastered yourself, different aspects of yourself, and when you're really truly believing in yourself and what it is that you want. So firm foundations, it's not made of this, that's for sure. It's not made of railing against and overthinking and being disappointed by and stressed out by what it is that you don't want. It's about being really clear about what you do want and being okay about stuff falling away that isn't what you want to. Very important aspect of life is to allow things to pass out of our lives that we don't like instead of trying to change them. Instead of trying to cling on to them and change them, we've got to let those go. That's the graceful thing to do, is allow people to be who they are, not try and cling on to them and change them. Allow them to be who they are, let them flow out of our lives and get focused on what we do want. Get with our own people instead of getting with the people that aren't really our people and then trying to change them to be who we want them to be. So this is saying you might have been negatively focused on what you don't want and bringing people in that you don't want, and then trying to attach to them or attaching to them and then trying to change them into who you do want. And that causes a lot of tension, chaos, conflict. Instead of changing your focus to what it is that you do want and then finding those people. So when you're focused on it, you will find it. You will find them. What's behind this is letting go. So the Tower card in that whole thing is the most important. is that you've got to let go first of what it is that you don't want instead of clinging to it desperately and trying to change it. Ace of Wands, because there's this passionate new start. You might be inspired to follow your heart or to go for something that you'd really like instead. Ace of Wands. Six of Materials, and then it'll be reciprocal. Then it'll be a match to your energy. Then it will give back to you. So when we choose who isn't right for us or what isn't right for us, and then we cling to it and we try and make it change, it's never reciprocal. We don't get back what we want from it. We have to put so much energy into it to try and change it. And it doesn't change, right? It's exhausting. So, but when you choose what is aligned with you, what's in your heart, what makes you feel joyful, what is a match to you, then you'll get reciprocation from it. So it's just about kind of choosing better, but it's more than that. This reading is saying, no, first you need to think better. You need to think better before you can choose better. The psychic development behind that. So it's about what you're thinking first. The Moon. So this isn't about positive thinking, like remaining where you're at, remaining attached to what isn't right for you and thinking positively about that it will change into what you want. It's just allowing that to flow out of your life, to let it go, and positive thinking about there is someone and something that's better for me. It's like allowing yourself to move on. The Moon, it's unknown, yeah, but you're going to have to step out into the unknown. You're going to have to take a chance on that. So when you let go of things, you enter the void, then it's scary, right? You've got to let go of the things, Ten of Voices, that have been hurting you and harming you as well. The things that don't feel good, just let go of them now and step out into the unknown. You've got to trust the universe on this. Make the good decisions for yourself, but step out into the unknown. Yes, it can be scary because it is unknown, but it's better than what you've got. There's nothing scary than staying where you're at with circumstances that you don't like. That's the scariest. So forgiveness and burden is behind that. Forgiving yourself for the burdens that you've taken on. The Ten of Voices is when we think, no, I need to stay with this person, or I need to stay in this job that I don't like. It's like, no, you don't. Or why? Why do you think that you need to? Like, let go of those burdens and then forgive yourself for even picking up those burdens in the first place. Or believing in those, that it was your lot, your burden, like what you should do. In the first place, like it's, yeah, your role to be where you don't want to be. It's not your role to do that. What about love lives today? We've got freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. You can let go of people, of burdens, of ideas that you've got about yourself, and especially about roles. So some of you might be still trying to get in or stay in relationship with people that are just not right for you, that causes conflict, that's not reciprocal, that you're trying to change. It's like, I don't know. It's like, say you want to be working in a school, but instead you take on a job at McDonald's instead, and then you try and teach people in McDonald's. And you try and change it to be a classroom. It's like, it's just such a waste of energy. You could have just realized what you wanted in the first place and applied for a job at a school instead of being a teacher, you know? And the same with relationships too. We see it over and over again in people around us, just choosing the people that aren't right for them, but then sticking with it and trying to change it, the person into who would be right for them. Totally the wrong way of doing it. You're free to choose who you want to choose. So go out there and look for someone that's right for you instead of choosing someone that's wrong for you and then trying to change them. Take a breather. Some of you just need to take a breather and go, okay, reset kind of thing. Let's back off. Let's back off from this person and everyone to ascertain what it is that would be right for me and then go searching for those. So taking a breather is best if you are connecting with these energies. If this is ringing true for you, this reading, of course, it's not going to be right for everybody. Oh, how about this? Look at that. Differences and forgiveness. So, yes, if you're choosing someone that isn't right for you, there will be differences between you, you know, and you need to forgive them for that. People don't have to be who you want them to be. They can just be themselves. It's okay for people to not be right for you. Not everyone's going to be right for us. Okay. So forgive them for the differences. Some of you could be holding on to people because of a sexual connection that you've got with someone. So that, of course, that chemical pull to people can be very strong. So we've got the lovers and withdrawal as well. There is a need to let someone go, I think, for a lot of you here. If they're not who you want, it's not going to change. They're not going to change. Don't expect people to change either. Okay, what else is in the energies today? Yeah, so it could be time to let someone go as well if you've been focused on a lover that really isn't right for you. Instead of trying to change them, just let them go. It could be that kind of a day. And there's something, it says explore and dive, you know, something deeper experience, explore your options. There's someone better for you out there. If you're resonating with these energies. What else have we got in the energies today? We've got a lobster, a financial pinch. Now, when we're cutting ourselves off from the flow of energy, from this grace, because grace is like abundance. It's when we're with the flow, we're aligned. So we're with the flow and abundance comes in and people love us and all of that kind of thing. Everything is flowing nicely. When we're not doing that, so if we're not doing that with relationships, we won't be doing that with the whole of the world either. And it's likely that finances will kind of be pinched too, because if we're resisting the flow, we're resisting everything. So there could be a financial pinch that is showing you that you're out of alignment at the moment and you're not kind of in this grace kind of an energy. We've got the bridge, successfully overcoming a problem, but this, you could be on your way to turning this around. We've got bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. And this is what happens, right? We get into these financial pinches. We realize, oh, I'm out of the flow. And then we get ourselves into the flow. And then when we're in the flow, we can become complacent about it and stop doing the things that we need to do when we're in that flow, or can be overly trusting of the flow and not make good decisions for ourselves. And then we can go downhill into the financial pinch, that old roller coaster. So it's good to carry on doing what you do when you're in these upturn energies where you're trying to figure things out. Carry on doing that instead of becoming complacent about it once you get to the other side of this. We've got a younger man here and compliments from an admirer, a bouquet. You could be receiving flowers from a younger man, or just getting compliments from a younger man as well. So think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for your answer, but it's just a bit of fun because this is a general reading, not a personal reading. If you want me to pull crystals out of my bag for a specific question that you've got and cards out of my decks, of course, then you can book in for one of those one question readings on my website, behealing.com. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. I can also use them in private readings, of course. If you want something more in depth, then book in for one of those. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there too. How best to deal with these energies today? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles says, take things slowly. Building up firm foundations, we need to take things slowly, yes. We need to be extra careful, extra cognizant of where we're at and our energies and whether something is truly right for us or not get swept up in attachments. It's good to recognize when we're attached, when it's just an attachment and we're headed down the wrong path because of an attachment or because of fear as well. So just take things slowly. I think you'll be able to figure out your flow again if you do that. So think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. Your answer is no. I knew it would be no. It's definitely a no kind of a day. It's the ruby. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new and leave a comment, because that'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. Good luck with that. I do one of these energy updates every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show, or I give those a one question reading. So come along sometime. We'd love to see you in there and connecting with your energy. And I make 3 love picker card reads a week as well. You can find one of those right there, right now, and watch that next if you want. I have the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.